All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. It is a wonderful Wednesday here in the studio, a rainy Wednesday here in SoCal in LA. And it's kind of a special day, guys, gals, extraterrestrials, whoever's listening. It is, I was looking, and today is the 10-year anniversary of uploading episode 1 of this podcast. I don't think it was released on this day, but I can look and see. Looks like March 5th, 2015. So 10 years of making the podcast. And yeah, it's an interesting milestone. It's been such an incredible journey, so many ups, downs, and it's taken me, into to the Mystic Manor and meeting lots of listeners and just meeting all kinds of soul share interviewees, people that I wanted to meet and know and learn from and mix it up with, chat with. Um, what an incredible journey! I'm so grateful for all of you who have been here. Some of you have been here that entire time, and yeah, it really is. Especially those of you who've been here. Thank you so much for tuning in and continuing to grow alongside me and follow the journey. And yeah, if you're newer or, it makes me think if you haven't done it, maybe take a moment and give a review on Apple. You can go to positivehead.com and easily access the reviews and leave a review. I'd love to hear from any of you who've been around a lot of this time, and just that feedback always means so much to me. And, quite honestly, I've had, as I've shared, on the episode, on episodes in recent months, this last year has been one of the toughest of my life. And one of the things I'm considering at this moment is doing a little pause on the podcast, not stopping forever, but I'm thinking of pausing. Not 100% on that, but I've got some other things brewing that, the industry project, the music DAO, using blockchain technology, helping artists and fans to co-create, and that sort of thing is something you've probably heard me talk about over the years if you've been listening. If not, you can go to I'll put the link to Industry is the name of the project in the show notes. industr.ee is the site. Episode 1532, which is linked there, I share the wild magical synchronicity story leading me to the project, and it's been gaining some traction here in the last month or so, and it's going to take a lot of effort and energy. So one of the things I'm thinking of doing is putting a little pause, not 100%. So I'll let you guys know. You'll be the first to know, of course, if that happens. But yeah, just to free up bandwidth, and anyone out there listening who is interested, who has development experience, or into blockchain, or knows investors that might want to be involved, that sort of thing, definitely reach out to me. You can do that at brandon@positivehead.com, because the team is coming together. Some really exciting things are coming together regarding that project. And I just, regardless of what's to come, I feel confident it's going to be a big, big part of a lot of my energy in the future. And we'll see what happens with the show. If I'm, like I said, if I do a pause, I don't think it will be forever. Just, I really want to feel super lit up and inspired, and like I have the bandwidth and time and energy to give of myself. And quite frankly, some of these years I've been spread really thin, and at times have considered this many times over the last few years. And so we'll see what comes, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I felt like, in honor of the 10-year anniversary, that's a little update on me and the podcast itself. And regardless of what's to come, I'm just so grateful for this journey, and to for all of you that have made it what it is. And with that being said, one of the things that's I want to talk about today is really remembering your power, and who and what you actually are a part of, and what had to come in order for you to exist. And, one of the things that for me in the last few months, with, going through a breakup and all the things in the last 6 months, that I had to really work on was the voice in my head. And I saw someone talking about this the other day, and it really struck home. They were talking about, like right now, take a moment and, in your head, scream your name loud and clear, right? Now, whisper your name. Perfect, right? You instantly were able to do both. What does that demonstrate to you? You control your thoughts. And, we get these voices that are going and running scripts that we don't approve of, or that don't empower us, rather. They're not helping us. They're keeping us disempowered and in pain and disconnected and hurt. Meanwhile, you just prove to yourself how much control you have over your thoughts, right? So I loved that little exercise because it's just like instantly you can see, irrefutable evidence that you're the one behind. You're not, subjected to this little tyrant in your head that is sometimes feeding you thoughts and ideas and information that doesn't serve you. If you don't like it, take control and change what you're hearing. Change the narrative. It's imperative that we do this. And I feel like the last months of my own life have been really a big test in like doing that. And it's a journey when you have something that's really eating at you, right? And so, not becoming a victim to the voice in your head, because it's controllable. And so I think that's a really great way to demonstrate it, a really simple way to demonstrate it to each and every one of us, how much power we actually have. So making it your practice to, if I'm not liking what the voice is saying, I'm not going to sit here and just allow it to keep going. Sure, sometimes I'm going to check out and it starts running the scripts that don't serve me, and then I catch myself. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Take control, just like you took control right when I prompted you to say your name in your head. Same thing. Do that. Prompt yourself with affirmations or listening to some of these empowering things. You can find tons of this sort of stuff on YouTube. Record your own in voice memos of you saying the things that you want to be scripted in your head. Reprogramming. We are biological computers. Reprogram yourself, and remember who and what you are. This is something that we've talked about a lot of times. I know I brought this up years back. I'm going to read it because it's so powerful. For you to be born today from 12 previous generations, you needed a total of 4,900 grandparents over the last 400 years. Think for a moment how many struggles, how many battles, how many difficulties, how much sadness, how much happiness, how many love stories, how many expressions of hope for the future did your ancestors have to undergo for you to exist in this present moment? Now, that is an incredible thing to really realize. Like you are the dream of your lineage. And that lineage, that's just going back a few hundred years, much less a universe. What do they think? It's 12 billion years old, our planet 4 billion. Like the universe, stars born, lived for billions of years, lived out their entire life cycle, which is much longer than a human, exploded outwards, reconnected, reculminated, came back together as you in this moment. You are the tip of the spear, the culmination of the universe's evolution right now. And yet you're listening to a voice that's disempowering. You're allowing yourself not to believe that you are worthy. You are the culmination of so much. You take the whole universe and leading it to you in this present moment that you are hearing these words. We are the tip of the spear of evolution, the cutting edge of the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Everything has led to this. All the explosions of stars and bouncing of atoms and reformations and growths and deaths and births and over and over and over again. And here you are. And how dare us then actually question our worth? When you think of it in those terms, it's ludicrous. Like, you are as worthy as any other soul ever has been, could be, or will be. And this is everything to know and remember. And so learning and remembering that you are the power of the universe. You're doubting yourself, you're forgetting yourself. Remember, you are the infinite incarnate. You are so much power, all the power of the universe. I've been meditating on that. Imagine it like flowing through me, and I am an aperture of divinity. I am an aperture of the universe, it looking at itself, exploring itself through my eyes. I am its voice. I am its latest and greatest creation, and so are you. And we need to own that. It's time to own that. This disempowered thing that we fall into, playing small experience, it served its purpose, but it's over. It doesn't, it's enough is enough. You've gotten the contrast of knowing, playing small. The truth of the reality is, though, you are literally an emanation of the divine, as worthy as any other being ever has been, could be, or will be. You're the culmination of the universe, and it's time to start acting like it. You are that divinity, and it starts now. And it doesn't matter what came before. All of that was grist for the mill, as they say. It was all happening so that you could come to this moment. Spend the time, invest in reprogramming your mind. You're doing it listening to this. Get that whisper, that screaming loud, how powerful you are and how worthy you are. And knowing and if you have the intention in your heart that if you had true power, that you would affect change positively on the planet. If your intentions are pure or not. And if they are pure, guess what? The universe is absolutely vying for you to channel that power. It just, please get out of the way so I can channel it through you, so that you can be an instrument of peace, right? As St. Francis of Assisi said, make me an instrument of thy peace, was his prayer. And that's what the universe wants. It wants to use. The universe is very efficient. It wants to use you, who wants to wield its power effectively. You have to claim it, though. You have to remember, come back together with it. And it is time. You wouldn't be hearing these words if it wasn't. It is time for the sun to come out and shine again. Any dark night of the soul, if any of you have I've had my own version of that. And guess what? It's just breakdowns for the breakthroughs. It's all a setup. It's a setup so that you can have the contract and really appreciate the ascension, the rise that's coming from here. And that's something to be excited about. So yeah, that's my story for today. I'm sticking to it. Actually, it's my story for eternity, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for tuning in. Please let me know if you're interested in check out industry episode 1532. You can go to the website linked below. Let me know if you feel that you could be a part of it in any way, shape, or form. And let me know if in these 10 years this podcast has meant the world to you or meant anything to you. Let me know getting those, quite honestly, those reviews and feedback really inspire me. And that may, if I get a lot of those, it may really empower me to like, oh gosh, I got to dig down deep and keep going. And if I do pause, that's okay too, right? It's all perfect. It's, you sometimes need that contrast so that when I do come back, it's, that much more powerful. And because I have felt less empowered in recent times, and I'm feeling that power really surging back, and I want to channel it properly into the way that it will most benefit mankind and me and life and everyone that I impact. So leave a review, reach out to Brandon@positivehead.com if you're interested in being involved with industry, or you just want to say anything. I'd love to hear from you all. Till next time, journey well. Love you so much.